AITA for destroying family Christmas? I've been with my wife for about 5 years. Married too, and we have a 1-year-old son. My mom is the type of person who doesn't like change, doesn't like new people, and keeps to herself. That being said, she isn't controlling and doesn't seem to care what her kids do with their lives. But she doesn't like when she feels things are pushed on her. She is also someone who will just keep doing what she does without thinking. So when she continued to buy me lavish gifts, but nothing for my wife or baby, I didn't think it was malicious. But it hurt my wife that even after marriage my mom wasn't buying her gifts. I sat down with my mom and explained this. My mom was totally shocked and couldn't believe my wife expected a gift. I tried to explain that my wife is part of the family now. But my mom was upset and said she has 3 kids and shouldn't have to pretend my wife is her kid. She really seemed surprised. So I do think that was genuine. And she kept saying how mortified she would be if her husband expected gifts from her parents and that she wouldn't be with such an entitled child. Finally, I told my mom to just stop. It is okay if she has a difference of opinion. But she is hurting my wife and it needs to stop. My mom thought about it for a couple of months. Talked to my sisters, who said she should just suck it up and buy gifts for our partners. And her ultimate decision was that she didn't want to host Christmas anymore. I thought she was bluffing. So I ignored it for months. I realized she was serious and said fine, we can do it at my house. But she didn't want to come. I mailed her a small gift as a test. She mailed it back. Finally I was like fuck it and did Christmas with my wife, sisters, and their partners. Both of my sisters were miserable the whole time and one cried, which I thought was crazy dramatic. My mom was on vacation and had her phone off. The sister who cried finally blew up that my wife and I ruined Christmas and ruined our family, and she left early. Her and my other sister called out mom later and finally got her to answer and begged her to do a normal Christmas again. And my mom said she feels like now that we are all getting married and having kids, it shouldn't be her problem anymore and she will think about it, but is leaning towards me. Now my sisters are angry and feel that I ruined family Christmas. NTA. Your family sounds exhausting. Getting a present for the partners of your children isn't that strange, and frankly it's weird that your mom hadn't considered it before. And your sister going into hysterics because your mom went on vacation and wasn't there seems ridiculous. Everyone needs to calm down. Maybe consider heading out of town with your wife next year and escaping the holiday drama. I could overlook no gifts for your wife maybe. But none for your child? That's the much bigger issue. To accept lavish gifts if the baby gets nothing really bugs me. Info. Does your wife usually have a present for your mom? Wow. That's a whole lot of manipulation. First of all, NTA. At least in every family I know, gifts for the spouses are the norm. Part of marriage is the merging of your two families. Which is why your mother is now your wife's mother-in-law. However, she clearly isn't okay with that part of the bargain. And by challenging her you put a target on your back. I'm not sure what to tell you to do on this one. The damage is already done. Your mother had manipulated your other family members into resenting you by behaving like a spoiled brat. And you'll have to pick up the pieces as you see fit. Don't let her gaslight you into thinking you're the bad guy here though. Your family isn't to blame. Newsflash. Your mother absolutely is controlling. You just never noticed before because you were staying in line. Your sisters are still under the thumb. Which is why they're reacting badly to your absolutely normal and reasonable request and your mother's absolutely abnormal and unreasonable response. But that's their problem, not yours. Raising a kid is hard enough without trying to parents grow adults too. Stick to your guns. Either your wife and child are included in Family Christmas or Family Christmas will be just you, your wife and your child. Let the rest of them sort themselves out. NTA. NTA. I can't fathom her believing she shouldn't get a gift for her grandchild. You say she genuinely didn't understand that there's an expectation to buy presents for her son-in-laws and daughter-in-law, but I find it hard to believe that she doesn't know that. Grandparents usually buy gifts for their grandkids. Did your grandparents not give you gifts as a child? Your mom is the one who ruined Christmas by throwing a tantrum. Even if she didn't want to host or give everyone gifts, she didn't need to boycott Christmas entirely. Just seems like a big drama queen move. NTA. You didn't ruin Family Christmas. You forced your mom to confront the reality that the family is changing and growing whether she likes it or not. And she freaked out. She can either accept the change and treat everyone as family, or she can spend holidays alone, sulking. But it's not just mom and kids anymore. Not when the kids have spouses and children of their own. NTA. I mean, I guess I could understand her surprise at not getting anything for your wife. Though even that sounds ridiculous. But your child? Her grandchild? She's surprised she should get her freaking grandchild a Christmas gift? You said, lavish gifts for you. So I assume it's not a money issue. So it sounds to me like your mom is just in awe. My son is 18 and has had a girlfriend for 8 months. She came to Christmas Eve dinner with us. And we got her a gift. It's kinda just what you do. Especially if they're going to be at your home for the holiday. NTA. Your mom won though, didn't she? Next year have a quiet, lovely Christmas with your little family and opt out of the games and drama. NTA. Your mother is throwing a silent tantrum to force you all to heal rather than compromise one iota. Let me be clear, your mother is being malicious at this point. She is punishing you all to try to force you to choose between her position and your wife's quite understandable hurt. Ask yourself, who does that? You need to decide what is more important to you. But here is a clue. If you let your mother do this and you back down and you effectively sacrifice your wife and children for your mother's desire to have things her way regardless of how much it hurts other people, it will be good you made it up to her, because your wife will be on here sometime in the future asking AITA for feeling undervalued and disrupted, and Redditors will be telling her to get herself someone who actually supports her and doesn't throw her under the bus, and you will end up needing your mother to spend Christmas with. Gonna be unpopular here. Gentle YTA. If your mom wasn't getting gifts for your sister's partners, then it wasn't favoritism. It's just what she does. No one is entitled to gifts from anyone else. If your mom's line is that she only gives her children gifts, so be it. I could see if she was giving unequal gifts and showing extreme favoritism. But she was not. You handled this poorly. Did you try to explain to your wife that she wasn't the only partner not receiving gifts? Why does your wife feel like she absolutely has to be given a separate gift? You could have told your mom just to not get you a gift, so your wife didn't feel left out. Or suggested one family gift to be for both of you. It's okay to want to change traditions. It just feels like you kinda went nuclear on something that isn't a big deal. When your mom felt pressured and overwhelmed, she withdrew from the situation, right or wrong. You exerted that pressure. If this is the hill you want to die on, then you get the consequences of that battle. NTA. I was going to go with NAH until I saw that your mom not only refused to come but mailed back your gift and wouldn't speak to you on the holiday. If she just wanted to stop hosting because she felt things were more complicated or changing more than she was comfortable with, fine. But she didn't have to be in awe and remove herself so completely to try and punish you all. And you're absolutely not the awe for communicating that your wife was hurt. Sure, your mom can buy presents for just her children if she wants. But there are natural consequences to not getting a present for her grandchild and daughter-in-law. She could have just said she didn't want to buy gifts for them instead of basically calling your wife an entitled child. It sounds like she wants some kind of extravagant apology or something and is willing to punish all of her children to get it. Honestly, I would stand your ground. Giving in to her is only going to encourage her manipulative behavior. You do you and let your sisters do what they want. But they really shouldn't blame you when your mother is throwing a temper tantrum. And hopefully you can have a conversation with them to help them see that this is not the result of your actions, but of your mother's. I'm torn on this one. I enjoy giving gifts. I give gifts to anyone I invite for Christmas or anyone that will be at someone else's house if they are the ones hosting. But everyone's opinion is different. If she isn't getting gifts for anyone and your wife isn't singled out in some way, then it seems like it's just how your mom is. Gifts are gifts, not an entitlement, and you can't make someone give a gift if they don't want to. And if you did succeed in forcing it, would it really mean anything if it was done out of obligation and not love? However, if it upsets your wife and your family is not enjoying Christmas with your mom, then you have every right to skip Christmas celebrations with them. I think it was fair for you to explain to your mom that she was upsetting your wife, but not fair to try to force the gift giving after you explained the situation. I would say NTA though. Your mom grossly overreacted, and if that upset your siblings, that's on her and not you. A small part of me doesn't blame her for saying fuck it and going on vacation though. Having just hosted my first Christmas, it's a lot of fucking work, and she probably felt like she wasn't appreciated. We do a gift exchange game in my pretty small family because some people can't afford gifts for everyone, and some people just don't enjoy giving personal gifts. Those that do enjoy it buy individual gifts, but this way nobody is left out and nobody is singled out if they choose not to get everyone a gift. You didn't ruin Christmas. You merely asked your mom to treat her in-laws and grandchildren as members of the family, which she is refusing to do. Even your sisters agreed that your mom should buy gifts for her children's spouses and her grandchildren. You tried to have a nice holiday celebration without your mom. It's not your fault your sisters were upset. If anything, they should be mad that their mom doesn't want to be part of the family celebration. If anyone destroyed family Christmas, it's your mom. Maybe next year you should spend it with your in-laws instead of your siblings. NTA. Based on how you describe the discussion with your mother, you kind of threw your wife under the bus. I think phrasing it more like, I appreciate your gifts, but if we aren't doing an exchange as a full family, let's just forego gifts, would have made the point, without making it sound like your wife feels entitled to a gift. You should have emphasized that it hurts you to see your family excluded, not that it hurts your wife's feelings. However, the rest of them are bigger assholes for the ensuing shit show that was made of Christmas Day. NTA. Start your own new family and traditions. Forget about the rest of info. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or mean, but could your mother be on the spectrum? Because this is so far off of normal, not recognizing social norms, it sort of seem like autism. NTA. Your mother is ignoring the fact that you're all out of the house with partners and, in your case at least, a child. She clearly cannot let go and doesn't even get something for her grandchild. She needs to buck up and realize her family has expanded. You say she's not controlled, but she's emotionally manipulating you and your sisters. Edit. Typo. NTA They are part of the family, particularly the baby. It doesn't need to be anything expensive. But must be strange for your wife just sat watching you all swapping presents. My mum buys a small thing. Chocolate, nail varnish, etc. For my Sil. Her grandkids are another matter, though they receive more than we do. My brother's presents downsized after he had children and they get more instead. Which we are all, especially my brother who loves to see the kids get gifts, very happy with. NTA. It seems like your mother isn't willing to consider your wife and children part of her family. That's heinous. And your sisters are acting like spoiled brats. If presents and a party are more important than being together on Christmas to them. However, that's their prerogative.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.